Hi, my name is Syndia. I bring you cozy art vlogs every week, showing you my art process in the studio and giving you a little bit of inspiration in the process. Today, I have an art haul for you, art supplies that I've been collecting. Tried some of it I haven't tried yet, but I want to test it out today. One of the things that I'm excited about is a drawing table, a tabletop drawing table. It's a 22 by 30. It's pretty big. The reason I got this is because I like to paint on paper, thick paper, or canvas boards. I usually tape a really nice paper on a masonite board and paint on it. Personally, I don't mind painting flat on the table, but I've noticed that because of my light, overhead light in my studio, it creates a really big glare. And no matter where I position myself, there's always a glare from the light. Whereas if there's a little bit of an incline, I don't have that glare. I could use a tabletop easel, but I don't love working vertical if I don't have to. On canvases like this, sometimes I put a canvas on the wall and I work directly on the wall standing up. Or an easel, I have that as well. But I do like working on a table. It's just that I need a little bit of an angle, and with this, I can control the level of angle that I need. So far, it's been working really well. It works for canvas boards like this and obviously paper. The only downside is that the little ledge thing supporting the surface is not very wide, so you can't really put a canvas on this, but I'm okay with it because I want to paint on paper. I got a couple paint colors. I got the golden acrylics. I've been using Liquitex for the longest time, but I haven't explored golden a whole lot. So many people use it. It's a professional, really great quality brand of paint. I have tried in the past the open paints by Golden, which I really love, and I made two videos about them. They're amazing. They don't dry super fast. They have a longer drying time, which is really cool. But this time I got the regular golden acrylics in two colors. I wanted lighter shades, trying to go lighter in my color palette, like very pastel-y colors. And I was very attracted by this really light green. It looks so nice and pastel-y and minty. I think I'm gonna like this one, as well as this light magenta color. I wish there was more pastel colors that would be available pre-mixed. I know that I could buy a big tub of white and any color and create my own pastels, but sometimes I really don't feel like mixing colors and I just want pastel light shades, like light creams, blush colors, very light blues, you know? I haven't found that many so far, and I'm gonna try these today. One thing that I've been using for a while now is this mister, and I think I mentioned it in a video, but I really wanted to mention it again. I like it because it gives a very fine mist. I usually use a regular spray bottle, but I've noticed that it splashes paint all over, especially on my palette. When I want to wet my palette to like dilute the paints a little bit, it splashes and spatters everywhere, sometimes on my canvas. It's really annoying. Sometimes it dirties a really nice blob of white that I have that I wanted to keep white. But with this, the mist is so fine and dainty that there's no splashes. Love it. Love it as well to mist and dampen a watercolor paper. It's great. So far I've used it for couple months at least, and it hasn't broken. It works perfectly well. Got it on Amazon. Fully recommend. I got palette paper. You might say that palette paper is really not exciting. It's not. But I wanted to mention it here because I've been using all kinds of palettes. I made a video on all kinds of different palettes or different ways to create your own paint palette on the really cheap side, if you want to watch that, if you're curious. I've tried glass palettes, plastic palettes, all kinds, but I'm at the point now where I don't want to have to wash a palette when I come in the studio to paint, and when I clean afterwards. I want things to be easy and fast. So I've been really enjoying having a disposable palette. There's different sizes. If you've never worked with it, it's kind of like a waxy paper. it works perfectly fine. It's pretty tough when you mix and you scrape around on it and you put water. It's pretty tough. I think I might have given up on other palettes and just use this. It's so convenient. I gifted myself something pretty amazing. It might not excite you, but it's exciting me so much. It's a great art book. It's called The Group of Seven. It's a hardcover, large, substantial, lush book with so many pictures in it. It's very inspiring, and I'm really in love with this book. The Group of Seven is a group of Canadian painters, I'm Canadian, that painted beautiful Canadian landscapes in the north, in the south, everywhere, all seasons, and they have their specific style. Gorgeous, beautiful, stylized landscapes. Oh, I love it. There are amazing landscapes in here, and I've been on a quest to learn to paint minimal landscapes. Have you seen my last video? Thank you so much, by the way, to all the beautiful comments I got on my last video about minimal landscapes. You gave me amazing comments. It was a super long video, like 45 minutes. A lot of you watched all the way through. You gave me really great tips, which I'm gonna try and talk about probably in my next vlog. I want to explore more that whole minimal landscape thing because I like creating them. And there's so much to learn and explore, but you gave me so many great tips. Thank you so much again. This book is gorgeous, and it's going to be a great source of inspiration for my landscapes. I have a lot of art books, but this one is a special one. I splurge on brushes. I rarely do because I find that you can get away with cheap brushes sometimes and cheap brushes can be really interesting. Sometimes the grittier the better for certain textures, but sometimes really quality specific types of brushes can be a great tool to add to your toolbox in painting. And I got these super large paint brushes that I really like. I've tried two of them. One is brand new. I've never tried it before. I'm gonna try it today. First off, this one. It's a rounded paintbrush, which I really like for different types of brush strokes, obviously, but the fact that it's rounded, it makes it easier to blend things together. I've been using it for a while. It's lasting really well. It's a 2-inch brush, very soft bristles, and it's a nice big size. Love it. The other two are by Liquitex in the freestyle range. This one is a 4-inch brush. I use this primarily for abstract work, but it's great for blending and it's great for like a first layer of paint, especially on large canvases. I like that the bristles are pretty short and pretty firm, so I can get nice clean shapes, rounded shapes, circles in abstract work. I really like that it's firm. I love the handle as well, working this way to create shapes on a canvas is really interesting, especially when you work flat with water puddles. I'm sure you've seen those before. And this ginormous paintbrush, it's so big. It was expensive and I don't regret it. I've wanted these for a long time, seen people use them. Again, the bristles are longer for this one, but it's pretty firm. And it feels so lush. Again, to create large shapes, like large circles. I have a painting series where I create large orbs or planets or eggs or whatever you want to see in them. And I use crackling medium to create crackles. Anyways, to create those orbs, a paintbrush that is this large and with a nice firmness is just amazing. It's gonna be very helpful. I wanna try this one today. In fact, I'm gonna start painting now. I'll pull out the canvas. I have an idea of what I wanna work on. It's gonna be abstract painting. Think of it as giant swatches and testing out these tools that I have. I rarely do full abstract, but I think I'm gonna have fun just putting some paint on canvas. I want to show you the painting, but my puppies just asked me to go out. They need to go outside, so let's just go out for 5 minutes. Let's go, guys. Okay, no fighting. They have a little bell, and she learned how to use the bell to ask, and she just learned how to go down the stairs. She was so afraid of the stairs, and now she can do it. Oh, she got a toy. She got a toy. Vicky, wait, give Mama the toy first. Okay, go. Go, go, go. Oh, no. Go, 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 go. Let's go. Let's see if she does it. Are you afraid? You can do it. Good girl. Good girl, let's go. Let's go. Let's go, baby. You can do it. Oh, yes. Good job. Good job. Okay, let's make a pee. Let's make a pee. They're so cute. It feels so good to be out. It's the perfect fall day right now. It's crisp. There might be a little bit too much light for me, but it's a nice day. I know everyone goes on and on about fall, but it's just so beautiful. I wish it lasted 6 months. My sunflowers are all done. I have to clean that out. Clean this out. There's still flowers here. The snapdragons. They really lasted a long time. Had so many bouquets with them. Now, gotta take everything out. I don't know if you're a gardening person, but if you like flowers, now is the time to plant peonies. I planted one new peony yesterday, a very fragrant peony, and tulips as well. There's nothing better than coming out of winter and looking forward to beautiful colors and having the tulips pop. Oh my God. Do yourself a favor, grab a little bag of bulbs or peonies and just plant them. Now is the time. Now is the time. My first peonies of the season. Lakey, you want to come and see Mama? Come see Mama, Lakey. Come see Mama. You want to get a treaty? Oh my God. Here she goes. Okay, sit. Sit. No jumpies. No jumpies. Good job. Good boy, Lennox. Little angel boy. All right. I'm gonna show you the painting and talk about those new things I got and see if they were all that, you know? Right, I'm gonna talk to you about a few things that I used, and then I'll talk to you about the painting. I'll show you the painting. Let's talk about this one. I had high hopes, but it didn't really work out. What I had not anticipated was that a large brush needs a crazy large container to be able to fit in to grab paint, unless you just squirt paint on the canvas. But I wanted a liquidy consistency, so I needed a big bucket, and it also takes up a lot of paint, and it's harder to wash. Like, it soaks up a whole lot of paint. I should have thought of those things because it's only logical. Clearly, this was the wrong tool for the job. My canvas was not that big, maybe like 24 by 30 or something. It's not an oversized, super large canvas, which this would be better suited to, I think, a really oversized canvas. And I noticed also that it's kind of unusable like this. In my opinion, I have to use it like this, and it's not like the best control. I will find a way to use it. It's going to be interesting just because of its size. It's going to be interesting. It's going to give interesting brush strokes. I'm going to be able to use it in abstract work, but clearly it was the wrong type of project for this. Do I regret purchasing it? No, because I have nothing like this in my collection. I don't recommend that you run out to buy it unless you have a specific way that you really want to use something like this, you know? I think that this one is a lot more versatile, the 4-inch in the same range. This one I used, and I use all the time. So I would recommend this if you've never used an oversized brush before. This is interesting, and you can do most things that you would be able to do with this. Jury's still out, but if I find a really incredible way to use this, I will share it in the future for sure. And depending on your painting style, I do recommend these filbert brushes, especially this one, the 2-inch. It's a really nice size. It's really interesting in many situations, for blending backgrounds, for creating big bold brush strokes and abstract paintings, but also for blending things out in more figurative work. I would recommend different sizes, like 2-inch, 1.5, 1/2 inch, you know, like these brushes are super versatile, and I really use them all the time. I love the texture of this paint. I'm gonna have to use it a lot more to get familiar with it, but so far I really love it. The pink was a little too dark for my pastel color dreams, but a bunch of white and that's fixed. And this minty green is lovely, really beautiful. But the texture of it is what's the most interesting to me. Compared to Liquitex, it felt different. Not as thick and more like slick. I'll have to work more with it to really make a final decision, you know? As far as the painting goes, I'm pretty happy with it. I can't say it's 100% finished, but I feel like it's probably 95% there. Like I mentioned in the footage that you saw, I was working off a canvas that I had started previously, and my intention was to cover most of it with a neutral color the way I did there and let the pops of colors peek through. And in some area there was a texture I wasn't a fan of, so I decided to use a palette knife to create a texture that I would actually like, and also to put some white to get more of a focal point on the painting. And then I added puddles of water. I made a video on that technique. It's a pretty popular one where you dilute acrylic paint to a super liquidy consistency and you work flat on a surface, like on a tabletop or on the floor, and you play with puddles of acrylic you move and squish the water around and you let it dry. You're supposed to do that in the very first layers of a painting on a lightly gessoed canvas so that all that water could be absorbed by the canvas, because gesso is a little bit porous. I did it now because I wanted some of the edges of the white to be softer and kind of meld into that beige color that I had. And I knew it would potentially create some problems. Indeed, it did. But I actually like what happened because the paint was pretty thick and I put those puddles of water. In some areas, there was a bit of peeling off of the paint. But to me, it looks good. You might disagree. David doesn't like it. He's not a big fan of this painting, but I actually genuinely like it. So what I did was I used matte medium once everything was dry to go over those peeling bits. And hey, Missy Moo, I put matte medium on top of them to seal it and leave it there. It's kind of like a natural crackle thing that happened, which I like. I feel like the painting could be done as is right now. Could leave it like that and it could be done, but I had a thought of putting some lettering, like really big expressive words on it. Not necessarily to be able to read it, but just to create some kind of visual interest. And I would know what's written, you know? But I have a feeling that it might make it look messy and kind of mess things up. But you know what's gonna happen? Yep, I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna try to write something. And if it doesn't look nice, I'm just gonna scrape it off and paint over it. At least we'll know. We'll have this final version and the final version with the word. I'll make a decision later. Place your bets. I'm debating whether to use a paint marker, which would give like a more smooth line, or my oil sticks, which would give a more textured line with like, the line would have edges, kind of like this. It would, what would be nicer, you think? My prediction is that because I don't like my own handwriting, I'm probably gonna be self-conscious and not like the result. So I shouldn't do it, but I'm gonna do it. I just want to try this on like a piece of paper, maybe. I'm gonna use craft paper. I'm gonna tape it on top and do a little practice round. Okay. Oh, I think I might have to put it down on the table. Or yellow? Are you indecisive when you make big moves? Or you just go for it? I think about it forever. The yellow is nice. Ooh, the yellow is nice, but I don't think it would look nice with this neutral color. I think it would pop too much. Okay, I'm trying this white. But I'm gonna do it flat on the table. I don't want to risk running out in the middle of what I'm writing. Let me bring you closer. I'm using The Sharpie white. Trying to practice. All right, here goes nothing. What do you think? Yay, nay? I'll do it. Come on, Sam. Believe in yourself. Okay. Where? Okay, I start here. Okay. I did it. I hesitated at the beginning. I don't like my first, like where I started. I'm gonna try to wipe it and see if I could. Oh yeah, it wipes off. I just want a cleaner, like more decisive line here. Come on. Nope. Okay. Oh yeah, that works. Now is where my too much gene is rearing its ugly head. I'm seeing little dots that need a bit of white, and I'm like, oh, what if I do this and that? Okay, not gonna do it. I'm gonna show you. My girlie is saying hello. Say hello to the friends. Hello, friends. Sorry. I think it's lunchtime and she's telling me she's hungry. Mama's gonna give you your lunch soon. What do you think? Too much? It says follow the flow. I've seen people use writing in abstract pieces, usually in black, and they do it super boldly, but then they paint over parts of it, so only some of it peeks through. Maybe that would work better, I don't know. It's too early to tell. I'm gonna have to live with it and wait, but maybe you could tell me what you think. So here's the one before and after AB. What's your verdict? Let me know in the comments. I'm gonna ask you for a little favor. If you have an art friend that you think would like art vlogs, please share my video with them. It would make my day. Thank you so much in advance. Plant a peony, plant some tulips if you can. You're gonna be so happy come spring. I'm gonna go clean out my garden. If you want more inspiration, you can watch this one next. And I'll see you in just a few days for another one. Thanks so much for watching.